He is 13 years old. He hasn't made his professional debut. He hasn't played in the Libertadores. He hasn't felt the pressure of a packed Vila Belmiro in a decisive final. And yet, he's already being compared to the greatest modern icon in the history of Santos Football Club, Neymar. For some people, that comparison is absurd. For others, it's inevitable. And for many, it's terrifying. Because when Santos produces an out-of-the-ordinary talent, Brazilian football goes into alert mode. It happened with Robinho. It happened with Neymar. And now, it might be happening again. His name is Kauan Basili. At just 13 years old, he has already broken youth-level records that even Neymar never reached. He posts unreal numbers for his age. He's attracting interest from European giants. And he's already part of a special, internal project created by Santos itself. A quiet project, a calculated project, and an extremely ambitious one. The valuation, more than 1 billion Brazilian reais, before turning professional. And that's where the uncomfortable question appears, the one nobody really wants to face. Are we witnessing a true generational genius? Or another dangerous hype placed on the shoulders of a child? Because the line between brilliance and destruction is much thinner than it looks. Before we dive into a story that goes far beyond football, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, and share it with that friend who always says, every talented kid from Santos is the next Neymar. Because today's conversation is deep, it's uncomfortable, and it's necessary. Here, we don't sell illusions. We analyze reality. Now take a breath, because this story is bigger than football. No club in Brazil carries a historical burden as specific as Santos. Revealing talent is not a bonus there. It's a moral obligation. Pelé, Pepe, Robinho, Diego, Neymar. Santos didn't just develop great players. It created archetypes. And the most recent archetype has a name that still echoes through Brazilian football. Neymar. Since Neymar left Vila Belmiro, Santos has lived in a strange, almost unhealthy relationship with its own memory. Every young talent is compared. Every dribble becomes hope. Every goal becomes projection. The problem: no child should ever carry the responsibility of replacing a myth. And that's exactly where Kauan Basili enters the story. Before the exaggerated headlines, before the forbidden comparison, before social media did what it always does, Kauan Basili was already attracting attention for a very simple reason. He was doing things that were not normal for his age. Inside the academy, the reports were consistent. Exceptional technical control, advanced game reading, unusual confidence on the ball, strong personality on the pitch. This wasn't just raw talent. It was game understanding. While most kids dribble by instinct, Kauan dribbles by choice. And that changes everything. He doesn't just beat defenders. He manipulates them. He doesn't just receive the ball. He already knows what he'll do before it arrives. At 13 years old, that's rare. Very rare. Here comes the first real shock. At the same age level, Kauan Basili surpassed marks that even Neymar didn't reach in the Santos Academy. More goals. More direct goal contributions. More collective impact. But this is where intelligence is required. This does not mean he will be better than Neymar. It means only one thing. He is statistically outside the curve for his age. And that is exactly what attracts international attention. European clubs don't monitor children randomly. They follow patterns. In Kauan Basili's case, scouting reports consistently highlight rare motor coordination, early decision-making, advanced spatial intelligence, an enormous growth margin. The interest is not immediate. It's strategic. They're not buying the player of today. They're projecting the player of 7 years from now. And this is precisely where Santos' plan enters the picture. This is the key point. Santos is not repeating past mistakes. The club created a specific, tailored project for Kauan Basili. And this matters more than any highlight. The project includes constant psychological monitoring, strict control over media exposure, individualized physical development planning, unprecedented contractual protection for a youth player. None of this existed during Neymar's era. The club learned. The club suffered. And now, it's trying to correct. That billion real release clause? It's not about selling. It's about buying time. Time to develop. Time to make mistakes. Time to protect. Now comes the part that completely reframes the narrative. The biggest risk to Kauan Basili is not football. Not his technique. Not his physical development. Not even the comparison to Neymar. The biggest risk is the label, the next Neymar, because that label doesn't create players. It creates unrealistic expectations. And Santos knows this. Internally, the club avoids that comparison at all costs. It doesn't come from inside. It comes from outside, from the media, from social networks, from fans. The club's goal is not to produce the next Neymar. It's to produce an emotionally sustainable footballer. And that is a conversation Brazilian football almost never has publicly. Kauan Basili is 13 years old. This must be repeated. 13. His brain is still developing. His identity is still forming. His emotional structure is not complete. Every exaggerated compliment becomes future pressure. Every comparison becomes invisible weight. And Brazilian football has a brutal history with players who fail to live up to fantasies created around them. So here it is, the central question. Are we looking at a true generational genius? Or are we placing too much on a child? The honest answer? It's far too early for any verdict. Kauan Basili has everything to become a star, and everything to suffer if the process is rushed. The talent is real. The risk is real. It won't be the dribble. It won't be the beautiful goal. It won't be the release clause. It will be the environment, the patience, the protection, the freedom to make mistakes without being destroyed. If Santos manages that, Brazil might be witnessing something historic. If not, football will lose another promise before it's even born. Kauan Basili is not Neymar, and he doesn't need to be. He is a 13-year-old boy with rare talent and an open future. The comparison says more about us than about him. Maybe we are seeing the birth of a historic player, or maybe we are repeating an old mistake. The difference is time and silence. Now I want to hear from you. Are we witnessing a real generational genius, or exaggerating with a child? Leave your comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. And share this video with anyone who loves youth football and wants to talk about the game beyond hype. See you in the next video. Because in football, talent gets attention, but process decides destiny.